Welcome to Tech Topics brought to you by Cybervenger. We help keep small businesses stay protected and compliant with cutting-edge cybersecurity and IT solutions.
Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Andy. I'm the managing consultant for Cybervenger. We're doing another deep dive into all 110 controls of the NIST 800-171 standard. Today's control is 3.1.12. This standard is pretty simple. It just states that you got to have monitoring and control of remote access solutions. What does that mean? And what's a remote access solution? That could be VPNs. It can be things like TeamViewer or Remote PC or GoToAssist or anything like that allows someone from the outside to remote in. There's a number of requirements that address that particular function, right? If you've got remote access users, you got to do things like two-factor and all that. Well, that's covered in different control. This control is talking about monitoring and control of it. So control would be something like intruder protection systems. Your firewall should have this. So if you're running a VPN, you should extend that IPS functionality to the VPN as well. You don't necessarily have to. Different firewalls can allow you the capability to exclude things from your IPS protection, and you might want to do that for performance reasons, for example. I will say on a lot of the older Sonic walls, I think they're a little better about it now, but they were a little under-spec'd in my opinion, or people just, bought the least expensive firewall that would just barely do the job. In any case, when they try to do intruder protection, the CPU would max out and the firewall and traffic would slow down, so people would try to thin down what it did, and they would cherry pick what it was actually watching. That can cause some trouble, especially with compliance. You should be monitoring your VPNs and other remote access tools. Another one, now this isn't explicitly mentioned in control, but I like to trumpet this fact to everyone and anyone who will listen. Never have RDP open directly through your firewall. Sure, it works as a remote access solution. Physically, it is wildly insecure, and every time I've seen that in place, somebody's gotten breached. So don't do that. If you're doing that, shut it off right now. Go turn this video and go turn it off. It's one of those majorly exploited breach points. So don't use RDP over the port. Have people VPN in first, then you could use RDP to the workstations or to a terminal server or something like that. And I can go into a whole video on why, but we'll skip that for now. But it's not only VPN that this control applies to, of course. It is things like Remote PC or TeamViewer or GoToAssist. The latter, GoToAssist, I recently saw, and I put a video on this, a customer of ours get breached. And they called us in after the fact. Of course, they didn't listen to our advice earlier on other things, but I digress. And their GoToAssist account had gotten taken over. The password had gotten guessed because they don't have any two-factor on the accounts. That's a number one practice. That's not mentioned in this control, by the way. I forget what number it is, but two-factor is addressed elsewhere. It's a requirement of NIST, though. But there was also no monitoring because it's a third-party tool. That third parties, they're doing the log monitoring themselves. They may or may not be able to export those logs. So when someone breaks in, if they try to guess a password 1,000 times in a row, you won't know about it. You should know about it, though. You should have monitoring and control that can alert you to that sort of thing. There are remote access solutions like our RMM tool that we use is Nsight Enable. And you can get logging that talks about anytime somebody logs in, you can see an audit trail, who logged in, when, what they did, where they accessed. So you have that for your record. That's very important in compliance to have logging and auditing. So two-factor everywhere as part of a different control, but you definitely want to be able to see logs. So find out from your vendor, if you're using TeamViewer or whoever, what kind of logs you can get and alerts. You want to be able to see any attempted hacking behavior. And that's part of this control is being able to see it, right? And that really is pretty much it. You want to be able to detect what's going on. You want to use intruder protection. You want to be able to review the logs as a matter of best practice when they're able to remote into something, like say over VPN. The remote user should only be able to access the specific things they need remotely. There's no reason to give global network access to your VPN client if your users are just remote connecting to their individual desktop. So that would fall under the control side of this requirement, right? So if you limit them from being able to directly access the servers and other workstations and could only reach their workstation or at least their little cluster of workstations, that demonstrates that you have control of the remote access to any auditors or anybody looking at your controls and your security policy. And that's really it. So that, I think, extends on to third parties. I think it would be a little challenging in cloud, but that's something to look into. And that is 3.1.12. And we'll see you on the next requirement. Oh, and a quick PS on GoToAssist. GoToAssist wasn't their fault. GoToAssist offers two-factor. I meant to say that the customer didn't have two-factor on their accounts by their choice against my advice. So, sorry, GoToAssist. I didn't mean to implicate you in that breach. That wasn't your fault. That's all I have to say. Thanks.
Thanks for watching. We hope this video has provided valuable information to you. Be sure to share this video with other small business owners to spread the word about the importance of cybersecurity. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you want more information about cybersecurity, visit us at www.cybervenger.com.